So there may be a bottle sitting in your bathroom and another one in your glove compartment of your car that's working against your erections. And most men would absolutely never suspect it because it doesn't look dangerous. It looks clean. It smells fresh. It burns a little. So you think it's working. You swish it around. Your breath feels amazing and you walk out with confidence because you know you handled that part. But what if the thing helping your breath is also hurting your blood flow? Okay, so a few weeks ago, I was sitting by the pool on vacation with a great friend of mine. We were relaxing, talking about life, getting older, health, relationships, all the things you do when you're hanging out with a friend. And I know he's been dealing with some erection issues. So in the middle of the conversation, I asked him a question that completely caught him off guard. So how often are you using mouthwash? And he looked at me like I was crazy. Then he said, well, every day, sometimes a few times a day. Then he said the part that made me stop. He said, I even keep some in the car. And I said, listen, that may be part of the problem because antiseptic mouthwash does not just kill bad breath bacteria. It can also wipe out the bacteria that your body uses to make nitric oxide. And nitric oxide is the blood flow signal your erections depend on. So if you're trying to optimize or restore your erections while rinsing away your nitric oxide pathway every single day, you may be fighting your own body before you even get into the bedroom. Listen, I'm DrRachael Ross, physician, sexologist, and founder of the DrRachael Institute, and today I'm going to show you how your mouth helps make nitric oxide, what the clinical trials show about mouthwash and blood pressure, and why this matters for your erection, and what to do instead so that you can keep your breath fresh without sabotaging your blood flow. And I want you to know something up front. My friend, he didn't believe me at first either. He gave me the same look you might be giving your screen right now. So I'm not going to just tell you this and expect you to trust me. I'm going to walk you through the actual human studies published in peer-reviewed medical journals that back up every single thing that I'm about to tell you, because you really do deserve the science, not just my opinion. So stay with me until the end, because I'm also going to show you why brushing, flossing, and gently cleaning your tongue are not the same thing as bombing your mouth with antiseptic rinse all day long. One is hygiene, the other is a chemical bath. And if you want the foods and daily rhythm that I use and my patients use to support nitric oxide, I'm making my blood flow boost menu available today. Until now, it was only available to Zone Plus members. You can scan the QR code on the screen or grab it from the link in the description below. And subscribe if you want the real physiology behind stronger erections, better blood flow, and how to keep performing at every stage of life, not just the surface level tips, all right? Now let's talk about what is actually happening inside your mouth, because your mouth is not just where digestion begins. Your mouth is part of your blood flow system. And when you eat nitrate-rich foods like arugula, spinach, beets, celery, leafy greens, your body absorbs those nitrates, circulates them, and concentrates them back into your saliva. Then certain bacteria in your mouth help convert that nitrate into nitrite. That nitrite later becomes nitric oxide. And nitric oxide helps blood vessels relax and open so blood flow can go. So it matters for blood pressure and circulation, and of course for your erections, because erections are blood flow events. So you need blood vessels to open up wide, you need blood to move in, and you need the signal that tells the smooth muscle around those blood vessels to relax. And nitric oxide is one of the main signals that makes that happen. It's what Viagra works on. So this pathway is not just something I made up for this video. Now, a 2024 review in Frontiers in Cardiovascular Medicine describes the oral cavity as a key part of the nitric oxide pathway and explains how disrupting the oral bacteria can negatively impact blood pressure regulation. So when I asked my friend about mouthwash, I wasn't being random. I was thinking like a functional medicine physician. I was thinking about his blood pressure. I was thinking about his erections. I was thinking about his nitric oxide pathway, the molecule that dictates whether or not those blood vessels relax, open wide, and fill with blood. He thought I was talking about fresh breath. I was talking about blood flow. Now, before I go any further, I want you to do something for me. I want you to look at your bathroom counter right now. Is that bottle sitting there? Is it in the cabinet? Because most men don't even realize how big this is. I think nitric oxide starts with a supplement or beet powder. I think it starts with a pre-workout, but one of the first steps can happen in your mouth. Your mouth is not supposed to be sterile. Your mouth is supposed to be balanced. And when you use a strong antiseptic rinse over and over, you you may be killing more than odor. You may be suppressing the bacteria that help your body convert food into blood flow chemistry. So this video is not really about mouthwash. This is about the blood flow pathway that starts in your mouth. Now let me show you the study that made this impossible for anyone to ignore. In a human study by Kapil and colleagues published in the Free Radical Biology and Medicine, researchers studied 19 healthy volunteers. They had a 7-day control period, then a 7-day period using chlorhexidine-based antiseptic mouthwash. Just after 1 week, that antiseptic mouthwash reduced nitrite production by about 90%, not 9%, 90%, and it reduced plasma nitrates levels by 25%. That mouthwash wiped out nitric oxide production, and that is why you need to pay attention, because this is not just fresh breath conversation, this is a vascular conversation. In that same study, blood pressure moved in the wrong direction, and the rise in blood pressure correlated with the drop in plasma nitrites. Now, some people hear that and say, Dr. Rachel, 2 or 3 points in blood pressure is not that much, but listen, this is for you if you already have high blood pressure. This is for you if you're already taking blood pressure medicine or they told you you're borderline. This is for you if you're struggling with erection quality. This is for you if your doctor already told you that you need better circulation. In that man, 2 to 3 points matters, and they're moving the wrong direction. They're moving up, because if something you are doing every day is pushing against your nitric oxide pathway, you need to know it. So if you're joining this video right now, here's the whole point. We're talking about mouthwash because your mouth is part of your nitric oxide production system. Antiseptic mouthwash can reduce the bacteria that's needed to make nitric oxide, and nitric oxide has to be present in order for those blood vessels to open up, and erections depend on it. Your blood pressure depend on it. Now, what about people who already have high blood pressure? This is exactly what Bondono and colleagues studied next. They published a clinical study in the American Journal of Hypertension called Antibacterial Mouthwash Blunts Oral Nitrate Reduction and Increases Blood Pressure in Treated Hypertensive Men and Women. These were men and women already being treated for high blood pressure. The researchers found that the antibacterial mouthwash reduced that nitrate to nitrite conversion, lowered salivary nitrite, increased systolic blood pressure about 2.3 millimeters of mercury over 3 days compared to control. That's just 3 days. That's the population I really care about for this video, because so many men and women are dealing with high blood pressure. Men are dealing with erectile dysfunction, metabolic issues, slower blood flow, less morning firmness, needing more stimulation, not feeling the way you used to. And now they're on top of all of that using antibacterial mouthwash 2 to 3 times a day because you think that burn means clean. So again, this is not just fresh breath, this is blood flow. So we have a pathway: nitrate from the food, bacteria in the mouth, nitrite in the saliva, nitric oxide in the body, blood vessels open wide. That's the pathway, and that's erection blood flow. We have these studies showing that antiseptic mouthwash can disrupt all of that. Then we have studies showing that blood pressure moves up instead of down. So if you are using mouthwash casually all day long, and you're also dealing with high blood pressure or erection problems, that habit deserves a serious second look, because you can't rebuild blood flow while you're destroying one of the pathways that makes blood flow possible. Now, let me connect this directly to your erections. Erections aren't just about desire or attraction or whether or not you're in the mood. Erections are blood flow events. Blood has to move. Those blood vessels have to relax. The tissue has to fill up, and nitric oxide is the main signaler that tells the blood vessels in the penis to open up wide. So if a man is already dealing with high blood pressure, inflammation, medication, diabetes, sleep problems, sleep apnea, low testosterone, mouth breathing, stress, and then he adds repeated antiseptic mouthwash on top of that, he may be stacking pressure against his own blood flow system. Now, I'm not saying mouthwash is the only reason a man has ED, but I am saying that if your nitric oxide pathway is already under stress because you're aging, you are destroying one of those pathways that you can actually control, which is your diet. Fresh breath shouldn't cost you blood flow. Now, here is the extremely hopeful part. A study by Tribble and his colleagues found that when the antiseptic rinse stopped, the oral bacteria involved in nitrate conversion began to recover. That does not mean every man's blood pressure drops overnight. That doesn't mean that your erection problem reverses in a week, but it does mean that the pathway changes and it's dynamic. Your daily habits can suppress it and your daily habits can rebuild it back up. So the next question is obvious. You're going to ask DrRachael, what am I supposed to do? Just walk around with my breath stanking? No, absolutely not. I want you fresh. I want you confident. I want you fresh and so clean. The answer is not to use a chemical bomb every time you feel insecure about your breath. I want you to understand where bad breath is coming from and deal with that directly. Now, a lot of bad breath comes from tongue coating, dry mouth, food debris, gum disease, cavities, reflux, sinus drainage, or not flossing. Tongue coating can produce volatile sulfur compounds, so your breath smells really bad. So gentle mechanical tongue scraping or cleaning can reduce that coating, but I want you to be careful. The same tongue area is where nitric oxide begins. So that bacteria is especially important in the back of your tongue. So the goal is not to scrape your tongue until it's raw and kill everything. It's just to gently remove that coating that causes the odor while preserving the oral microbiome. So mechanical cleaning removes the bacteria. Antiseptic mouthwash kills off everything. So here's what I want you to do instead. Brush your teeth, floss every day, gently clean your tongue, hydrate. If your breath is still bad, don't just cover it up. Ask, why is it smelling so bad? Is it a cavity? Is it my sinuses? Is it reflux? Is it dry mouth? Is it my medication? Am I smoking? Is it alcohol? Is it not flossing? Because mouthwash makes you feel fresh for a few minutes, but it doesn't address the real reason your breath is off. And if your dentist prescribed chlorhexidine or another therapeutic rinse for gum disease or infection, don't stop it without talking to your dentist and try to keep it in the front of your mouth. There's a difference between short-term use and casual repeated all day long because you want that burn, you want that breath. All right. Using mouthwash like it's cologne in the morning, in the car, in the lunch, in the office, in the date, in the bedroom. It's a habit I want you to rethink. Now, here's what I want you to know from this. I want you to ask, how is this going to change your oral routine? Are you going to toss the bottle in the glove compartment? Are you going to cut down on the amount of mouthwash that you're using? Are you going to switch to a gentle tongue cleaning and let the nitric oxide pathway recover? Let me know in the comments because I want to see you make this shift. I want you to know. I want to know that this video moved something for you, and then come back and let me know how it goes. Now, this brings me back to my blood flow boost menu. This video reminds you and me how important this nitric oxide pathway is. This free gift helps you know what foods to do, what lifestyle shifts to make, which greens work for nitric oxide production. So if you're eating the foods, taking the supplements, drinking the beet juice, or working to improve blood flow, but then you rinse with antiseptic mouthwash 2 to 3 times a day, you're cutting off the process before your body can fully use it. That's what the blood flow boost menu helps you understand: what to eat, how to build your day, how to support nitric oxide without working against yourself. Now, until today, this menu was really only available to Zone Plus members, but I'm making it available here because this video matters. My buddy doesn't have the Zone Plus membership, and I want him and you to download this, okay? Because healthy erections, healthy blood flow, all of it depends on nitric oxide. See, my friend thought I was just talking about mouthwash. I was talking about blood flow. I don't want another man spending years chasing stronger erections while rinsing away one of the pathways his body uses to make nitric oxide every single day, because fresh breath should never cost you blood flow. So the QR code is right here. I've linked to it in the comments below. I'm DrRachael. I love you. Watch this video next. Boom. I'm out.